It's Real SD Outdoors. Today we're out here on a lake more north of where we're normally fishing. Today we're going to cover the top 5 baits. We got cars flying by. We're going to cover the top 5 baits of the month of July. And I'm going to start off with the 1/4 ounce lunkerhunt finesse spinner bait. Comes with a bigger willow blade and then a smaller it comes with a smaller willow blade and a bigger Colorado blade, my bad. It comes with a Ned head originally, but I switched the Ned rig head out with a Wicked Weights screw lock swim head. So I'm not exactly sure on the name of it. I bought these quite a while ago when I joined the team. You guys can use code REALSD10 for 10% at checkout. But that's my #1 bait for finesse fishing. Normally when I can find that they want a moving bait, but they don't quite want, a drop shot or a Ned rig, I'll go to something like this where I can kind of slow roll it along the bottom and get them to hit it, But that's bait #1. I'm running that one on a 15-pound high-vis Suffix 832 braid with a 8-pound fluorocarbon leader from Suffix. I think it's the Invis-X from Suffix, or not Suffix, Seagar, my bad, Seagar. Seagar Suffix 8-pound and then 15-pound mainline. That's what I run this finesse setup on. So that's bait #1. We're gonna kind of change directions a little bit from the finesse to the power fishing, but this is bait #2. It's a Ark Fishing CT-3 square bill crankbait, like a bluegill pattern. And I love to run this thing around. Today we're fishing a little bit deeper water up to rocks, and I love to fish that thing in that area. I caught a pike off of it about 5-10 minutes ago, and this thing's all bit up. But this is a great bait for my #2 bait of the month of July. I like to burn this thing along rocks, grass, timber, pretty much anything. This is one of my favorite baits to be throwing. I throw this one on anywhere from 15 to 17-pound fluorocarbon. It kind of just depends. But 7.2 medium heavy rod. I'm not really picky on the rods. I kind of just burn them in anyway, so it doesn't really make a lot of difference to me. I know some guys are kind of particular in the way that they burn their crankbaits, and they want that parabolic bend where they can lean into it a little more than other rods. But this one I'm not really too worried about. I kind of just throw it on a 7.2 or a 7-foot, or anything that I have enough backbone to get it through the weeds with. But that's bait #2. Bait #3 is going to be either a Berkley Agent E or a Megabass Dark Sleeper. I run 2 different colors. This brown one works good for what I'm fishing today. It's the crawfish pattern. So I really like throwing that one. That one's one of my go-tos pretty much all year around. And for this 4th bait that we're going to talk about, this is a swing impact, I believe. I can't remember the make on it, but it's a 3.8 inch, just a kind of a ghost pattern, sexy shad pattern. I like to run these with the 3/8 VMC screw lock underspin head. These I've been throwing since pretty much pre-spawn all the way through the middle of the summer, and I've had great luck on them with largemouth, and pike really like them as well. So this one I'm going to be throwing on about 15-pound test as well, with 7.2 medium heavy. I had this one paired up with the Shimano SLX reel. This is a good bait to be throwing around cover, grass, weed lines, over rocks. I mean, pretty much anywhere you want to throw this thing, since it's weedless, you can get there. So that's bait #3, or actually that's bait #4. For bait #5, I don't have it here with me. I cut it off a little earlier, but I was using it pretty much all morning. That is the Dropshot. I just use the Big Bite Baits. It's one of their trick worms almost, but I use one of those pretty much exclusively when it comes to drop shots, or I will use the Z-Man TRD Hogs. They're a little bit longer of a Ned rig bait, but I'll just nose hook those with the spear point finesse hook, and that one normally gets the job done pretty well. Just throw it out there, about 1.5 liter. That's my go-to for pretty much any of these western South Dakota lakes out here. So I think that would be my top 5. We got the Berkley Agent E. We got the finesse spinnerbait from Lunkerhunt. We got an underspin. And then we got a Ark CT-3 crankbait. Those are pretty much everything I'm going to run. You know, this time of the year, those are pretty much always rigged up and in the car when we're bank fishing like this. I do like to throw a topwater frog. I normally bring a topwater rod with me wherever I go. This morning I lost a big pike, bit me clean off on 30-pound braid. And after that I didn't get another topwater bite. So that is going to be the 5 baits that I like to run in the month of July. Let me know in the comments below what you guys like to run in the month of July. And to see you guys on the next one.